How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a manga chapter review, specifically One Piece. We're on chapter 1114, The Wings of Icarus. Another solid chapter as we continue on, where Vegapunk was giving out his announcement, and we have some reactions to it and some pretty cool new stuff. So let's get right into it. So we just start off very simple. The Navy headquarters, the new Marine fort. The Navy is very surprised that the world is going to be sinking into the ocean, which is no surprise because this was specifically probably between the Five Elders and Emu. We even have the Fleet Admiral just kind of like, well, that fucking sucks. Can't wait for Luffy to kill him. Who's ready for that? Anyway, we get to the town of Mockery Mocktown. I love that name. It's so amazing. Oop, going a little ahead of myself here. We just have some locals there just mocking Vegapunk very fittingly. Must be fun to live there. Everybody must be fun at parties there. They just kind of mock him, say, "Hey, you're Mr. Genius, meant to sink." We get to Water 7, where they wouldn't be surprised if it was meant for their city, but they're like, "Oh shit, it's the whole world that's gonna sink." So it's really cool to see their reaction. And then this is probably the most interesting reaction to everything is when we get to Impel Down. Doflamingo laughs and questions Magellan. Hey, what are you gonna do when this entire uh, prison floods? Magellan is like, it's gonna suck. There's already been problems, and most urban areas, as he says, as Doflamingo says, most urban areas are going to be screwed if the water level rises just another 5 meters. Then he says right here, we could always go somewhere higher up, which I wonder what he means by that. I personally, I think Skypea. I think I Patrick said the moon, but Patrick is a very good friend of mine. He actually got me into One Piece, JoJo. So whenever I reference him, it's just like my very good friend. Um, he said to go to the moon because of Emaru. What was his name? Skypea villain. But oh, I brought up my side taskbar. But yes, I'm also learning Python more in depth, but that's unrelated. Um. Anyway, we get to Fishman Island where the princess is like, "Is it really gonna happen?" And even the king is like, "Sounds kind of outlandish." Jamon, Jamon. But who knows? Um, it's pretty interesting to see that like even the king is like, "Huh, I couldn't see that. That's weird." And it's the Fishman Island. We come back to Egghead, and again the Navy is like, "Hey, this is kind of bullshit." And now even the Five Elders are kind of getting desperate as we see them. They're getting scared here, and so they realize they need to eradicate the broadcast signal. But immediately they're just like, "No, fuck that. Just kill everything. Just everything in sight." Because they're the Five Elders. They can do pretty much whatever they want. Can't bring my cursor to the left side of the screen. And so Stella's getting kind of persecuted. I don't know. Chased is what I meant to say. Pursued is what I meant to say. Vegapunk goes on to say here, in a few days from when he was recording this, implying that this was only recorded not too many days prior to the incident. A vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet. And it was obviously talking about the earthquake that had happened today in the One Piece world. Following this calamity, sea levels would rise by 1 meter all over. Number of islands would become uninhabitable, and many beaches will become submerged. And then he says, if this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard, but you already know. We get to see some of the Blackbeard pirates' reaction to it, which, no surprise, is it's like, hey, we're kind of fucked here. Uh, next, Vegapunk goes on to say like, hey, these are natural earthquakes. So it's really curious why these earthquakes are happening. My theory is possibly something to do with the Mother Flame, all the attacks going on, and then including that, the awakening of Joy Boy again. The elders are getting more desperate and starting to engage with the Straw Hats, specifically Nami, Dad Vegapunk, Brook, Chopper, Usopp, and Robin. You see Robin use her ability to save everyone, which was really cool, but it's almost not enough. And as it shows here in the bigger panel, we have finally now seen the Mother Flame. So what I'm going to do is kind of talk about these right panels really quick first before we go into the Mother Flame. And and so Vegapunk kind of goes in to say like he commits these grave sins because what he was doing was he was trying to look into the Void Century and this Mother Flame. But as he says, and as the chapter title implies, but I flew too close to the sun. And I guess what he means is this Mother Flame. I'm wondering what he means by this is not only because he studied the Void Century and the Mother Flame probably has something to do with this, the Void Century itself, that probably got him way too wrapped up and screwed him over. The Elder finds the Mother Flame and is like, oh shit, it's the Mother Flame! Damn! And there's the giant pre everything, pre One Piece time robot that's completely fucking up the Navy and they're not doing anything to it. It's not even phasing it. This elder has like fire breath, I guess, and is completely kind of not screwing over, but is doing some heavy damage to these two giants and Luffy, as we can see him there. Didn't think I don't know. I don't know who I thought Luffy was going to fight, to be honest, but I was not expecting this guy. But as we continue on, we see Vegapunk kind of talk about like between 900 and 8 years ago, a century-long period, the most think of a blank part of history. And we also get a little shot of Emu here, just kind of silent. Maybe he knows that something's going to kind of get said, maybe? Now, this was a very interesting part of the chapter. Um, First off, we see a bunch of the celestial dragons reacting to Vegapunk talking. And first things first, Vegapunk goes on to say that there is a key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. And we'll get to what he refers to in just a second. But more importantly, what this is, what this lady is saying, the Void Century, what is he talking about? This implies that the Void Century is not even the celestial dragons know about it. That would mean only the five elders plus Emu know about the Void Century and the specifics behind it. At least all of it. Here we have I forget his name. But this gem here, kind of laughing about everything. But Vegapunk goes on to say that it is the poneglyphs, the poneglyphs we would see Robin able to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Translate, and these held the messages about the Void Century and glimpsing into the unknown past. This lady here tells this man about, hey, that way back. Did you know that way back? 20 when the 20 kings teamed up to create the world. I wonder if the old timer knows about it. I wonder if maybe back then there were 20 kings, and maybe that was like the rise of Inu and the Five Elders trying to take it over, maybe because they have some power. Maybe it was the Mother Flame. Vegapunk explains that it's taboo to try to read these poneglyphs, and he says that he betrayed the government to study the Forbidden Era himself. He was fortunate enough to receive several documents from where Robin is from, the archaeologist there, and then he pursued the research as far as possible. As he says, history is a story, after all. We see here the clouds at the edges of the Vegapunk Island are starting to stretch out, as Nami points out. And as it's pointed out here, now that the clouds are stretching out, the Thousand Sunny will be able to just get off of the island onto water very easily. I like how Brooke said this must be what Edison was talking about. And so here we have kind of a longer part of the chapter here, where Vegapunk says that he only really knows about a small portion, about 100 years in the Void Century, which is surprising considering how much these people go into pursuit of knowledge. Just to only find 100 out of what 900 years of knowledge. It's crazy. So let's read what Vegapunk kind of says. So I'll limit myself to the facts as I know them. The star of the story was born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom. And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. We see here Luffy giving, I'm guessing what's like a version of Kong Punch. The giants are telling him to stop. It's cracking him up. And here we have possibly the two most important panels of this entire chapter, and some of the most important panels in all of One Piece. And I will read them verbatim. He was the first man to take to the seas, the first one to be called a pirate. Meaning, the original Joy Boy from 900 years ago was the very first one to take to the sea, was the very first one to be called a pirate. So the question now leaves, why did he go to sea? Why did he become a pirate? Why? Was it just for treasure? Was it just for justice, or was it just for, or was it for something he knew about? Maybe he knew about what was coming, about the poneglyphs, about the One Piece itself, about, well, maybe not the One Piece itself, but maybe he somehow knew about the elders coming, Inu coming. Maybe he knew something. Maybe he knew about the incidents that come. Maybe he knew about the Mother Flame. Maybe he ate the Mother Flame. My friend Patrick theorizes, and I could see it too, where Luffy might eat the Mother Flame. We think that the Mother Flame might have a power towards Luffy because he's Joy Boy, and that's why he was able to use fire abilities, such as was it Red Hawk, I think, and other abilities. So maybe after Luffy eats the Mother Flame, he will be able to completely be able to use implement fire into his abilities. Anyway, that was a very good chapter. Very leaves you with a lot of questions. Great artwork, great story, great panel. I can't wait for the next chapter. Sadly, we got a break next week, so no chapter next week. Do we have let's see, do we have Joe? I think we have JoJo next week though. Let me just pull up the calendar really quickly. We do. We have JoJo next week, so that'll be exciting. I'm recording this as Sunday, May 12th, so technically this week, but yeah, comes out every 16th, I think, or 17th or 18th, one of those days. I usually check on the 18th. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Anyway, I'll see you all when we review JoJo. But yeah, One Piece was pretty solid. Pretty solid. I'll see everybody later. Make sure to like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everybody later.